Luca, welcome to Dundee United Football Club. How does it feel to get the deal over the line?
Feels great, yeah. Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to getting started up here. I think it's a massive opportunity for me. It's what I need in the next step in my career. I was out on loan last year in League Two, but I think this is the next step. It'll give me a next challenge of playing at a high level, and really looking forward to getting started.
Just talk to us about the process of this deal being done from your own perspective.
Yeah, so I was out in America with Liverpool and kind of didn't hear too much, but when I landed back in England, straight away I got a phone call and basically said Dundee United were interested, and straight away I kind of looked at that opportunity as it's exactly what I need to come up here to play in big games, to play in front of big crowds and kind of progress my career as much as I can as well.
Yeah, you're obviously coming here with a brilliant pedigree, having spent the majority of your youth career at Liverpool, so just talk to us a wee bit about that experience so far.
Yeah, it's been class for me. I think I signed at Liverpool at 14, 15 from Sunderland, and since I've gone in there, you get a lot of experience that maybe isn't men's first team experience, but training with the first team, being out on pre-season with the first team, you learn so much at Liverpool. It's unbelievable. And then obviously to get the year experience, like my first year in men's football last year, was obviously also fantastic as well.
Being around that environment at Liverpool on a daily basis must be quite demanding, but I guess that's only going to be good for your development, even though it's quite testing at times.
Yeah. The level sometimes is frightening over there, but I think it's only going to make you better in the long term. I think for the first couple of sessions you're around it, you think, like, I'm a little bit way off the level, but you kind of get used to it, and it only stands you in better stead for when you come out on loan and you can kind of show what you've picked up.
Coming through the youth levels, you were quite frequently given the captain's armband, so how much did you enjoy taking on that responsibility?
Yeah, loved it. I think that's a big part of my game, is kind of communicating, helping other players around me. I think Liverpool like to use the phrase of kind of doing 1.5 jobs. I like to do my own job, but I like to dig in for the person next to me and help them. And that's what I'll look to continue to do here.
You're also quite versatile. The start of your youth career you were playing more centre defensive mid, but you've migrated out to wing back as your youth career's gone on. So why do you feel that that's suited your game, and how have you found that adaptation yourself?
I'm one of them players that I like to play anywhere for the sake of the team. Wherever the manager wants to put me, I'll give 110% for him. Obviously came through the youth setup as a midfielder, but just due to a kind of shortage of full-backs at Liverpool at the time, the manager said, can you kind of go out and play there? And I snapped it out of both hands and kind of did really well when I went out there. And it's kind of play either full-back, even did a little bit of road centre-half through the youth team at Liverpool, but I don't mind playing anywhere. I just want to be out there playing.
While you're here, I guess you're more likely to be playing wing-back due to the injury to Ryan Strain, obviously. So how important do you feel it is to be versatile when we've got quite a small squad for the league?
Yeah, it's massive. I think it's massive for everybody. Every team needs players who are versatile to come in, and I think I can provide cover everywhere else on the pitch as well. But definitely at wing back, I played there loads for Barrow in League Two last year, and I can know the role really well, and hopefully can do a good job.
I'll give you the chance to name drop some of the players that you've shared the pitch with. So who have you looked up to during your development at Liverpool?
Well, I can name drop a lot from pre-season, obviously out in America. Your Salahs, Van Dijks and co. Kind of aren't bad company to be sharing the pitch with, but the things you learn from them are invaluable. You can't really learn that kind of level from anybody else except them kind of players. You've
obviously mentioned already last season you spent it on loan in League Two with Barrow, so how important a learning experience was that, playing in a competitive environment every week?
Oh, massive. I think where we finished in the league as well, every game was a massive game, especially come the end of the season. We missed out on the playoffs, but it was a massive learning experience for me. Every game I took something. I think kind of when you go from youth team football into men's football, it's a massive difference. Most of the time it's like a little bit of a different game, but the things I've learned from that, you just can't replicate that in youth football, and it's definitely a step in my career I needed to kind of become the player I am.
As a club, Barrow had a really successful season, so there must have been quite a positive atmosphere around the club as well.
100%. I think for me, going into my first year in men's football, it was important that I went somewhere kind of where we were doing well and I could express myself and kind of play well and with a good mentality, and I was happy there. I didn't want to go somewhere that was like bottom of the league and struggling every week. So obviously I hope to continue that here and come here and keep on winning games and can play in in a good environment, a happy environment where we're winning games every week and pushing up the league.
You've touched on the fact that you've had quite a busy summer of travelling with Liverpool already, coming up against Arsenal, Man United and Real Betis. So what was that like, coming up against elite level players?
Yeah, it's different. I think, obviously, as I said, from last year playing League Two to then coming back in a month later, you're playing against Arsenal and their full strength team. But again, you have some moments of, not embarrassment, but where you're struggling a little bit and you're kind of getting beat, but you learn a lot more from that. You learn a lot more from that than playing easy games where you just feel like you're dominating. I learned so much in the 2 weeks while I was out there that you just can't learn that anywhere else.
Do you feel like you were starting to be able to hold your own as the camp was going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I think I said at the start, it's almost like at the start you feel off the level, but then by the end I thought, you know what, I belong here and I want to belong here, and that's kind of the attitude you've got to have, or you kind of shouldn't be there.
Someone I'm sure you know quite well will be Owen Beck, who was on the wrong side of Tannadice Street last season. So did you speak to him a wee bit about what to expect from Scottish football and football on this side?
Yeah, definitely. As you could imagine, he had a few bad words to say about this side, but no, he was very complimentary of the Scottish League. I think, obviously I know a little bit about it from being very up in the north of England. And he just said, look, you've got your massive games against Rangers, Celtic, Hearts, Hibs. He said every game's competitive, especially at this stadium when it's a full house and the atmosphere is massive. I mean, I watched the first game the other day, the derby, and that's if you don't get excited by that, I don't know what you get excited for, and yeah, I can't wait.
It's obviously a move for yourself as well as the club, so what is it you're hoping to achieve personally this season?
I want as many games as I can. I want to try and play week in, week out, try and test myself for the next step up from what I was doing last season, and yeah, just try and get as many games on my CV as I can to go back to Liverpool next year with the best chance of getting in their first team.
As we're speaking, you obviously have the chance to meet your new teammates tomorrow morning at training, so how exciting a proposition is that?
Yeah, buzzing. Can't wait. It's always different and difficult sometimes, the first meeting a new set of lads. But yeah, I can't wait to get going. I think there's a game Sunday. I'll get in and meet the lads tomorrow, and then a couple of days training, hopefully be around at Sunday for a game. Yeah,
just a few days ago you were playing against Sevilla, and I guess that underlines the fact that you are ready to come in and make an instant impact.
Yeah, I've had a good pre-season, plenty of minutes against good opposition. I think just as soon as the gaffer's ready to throw me in, then I'm ready to go type of thing, and ready to go and put my stamp on the team and stamp on the league.